Expanding the state's health insurance program for children capped the Arkansas House of Representatives' 9th week of work. From the state capitol in Little Rock, this is Speaker of the House, Robbie Wills. The expansion of the Our Kids First insurance program will bring coverage to 8,000 more children from low-income families. Some 70,000 Arkansas children have no insurance. House Bill 1700 by Representative Robert Moore increases the income eligibility limit from the current 200% of the federal poverty level for a family of 4 to 250% of that poverty level. In dollar terms, that means the income level for eligibility will move from $44,100 to $55,125. The median family income in Arkansas for a family of 4 is just over $52,000. The recent tax increase on tobacco will pay for the expansion. Subject to federal approval, the program also will be eligible for a 3-to-1 match in federal funds. The bill now goes to the Senate. Meanwhile, we are nearing a vote in both chambers on bills establishing the structure of the state lottery and the scholarship program that will be funded by lottery revenues. Both chambers have identical bills setting up the lottery and scholarships, and passage in both chambers will happen quickly. We've been working on this legislation almost since the day voters approved the lottery last November. With quick action on our part, lottery tickets could be on sale before the end of the year, and the first scholarships could be awarded in the fall of 2010. Also during the week, the House approved legislation restricting tough man contests and similar fights in Arkansas, such as requiring adequate medical staff and setting up class and weight divisions for fighters. The bill stems from the death of a couple of years ago of a tough man contestant following a bout in Texarkana. Representative Steve Harrelson of Texarkana, who sponsored the bill, worked with organizers of the bouts in drawing up the legislation and offered it as an alternative to banning the fights altogether, as some states have done. That bill also goes to the Senate. The House also approved House Bill 1326 by Representative Lindsley Smith of Fayetteville, allowing citizens to have their attorney's fees paid in successful lawsuits against a government body and the most egregious violations of the State Freedom of Information Act. I'm also happy to note that 2 bills requiring more accountability from our state colleges and universities are now law. One requires those schools to be very clear to the public regarding the salaries and benefits paid to top administrators. Another sets a cap on merit scholarships awarded to students at the discretion of college presidents. Final preparations are being made for votes on 2 major tax cuts. One would lop off another 1% in the state sales tax on groceries from the current 3% to 2%. The other will cut the state sales tax on energy consumed by manufacturers by 0.75%. The energy cut is aimed at saving jobs. Both have the support of the governor and wide support in the House. The House has 100 members, and all 100 are co-sponsors on the grocery tax cut. And finally, on a lyrical note, the House has approved legislation to name a stretch of US 67 from Newport north to Walnut Ridge the Rock and Roll Highway 67, in tribute to the area's place in history during the early days of rock and roll when Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison, Johnny Cash, and other future legends performed at clubs along the highway. The bill is aimed at boosting economic development and tourism as much as recognizing history, and the bill now goes to the Senate. I appreciate your interest in this broadcast, and I thank you for your ideas and for expressing your concerns. Until next time, this is Speaker of the House Robbie Wills, reporting from the state capitol.